Hi guys, I'm Michelle, this is my wheelchair Betty, and you're watching Rebelwheels NYC. And while I often identify and I'm proud to be queer, more specifically, I am proud to be bisexual. Because for me, love is about the soul. So like things like sex and gender, just as like race and class, all these other kind of earthly categories are just not relevant categories when it comes to me finding a partner. I knew from a pretty early age. I mean, I remember in the 3rd grade, I had this friend Lauren who invited me over to her house one time, and all of a sudden I sort of noticed him. I was like, and she was sort of like walking in front of me because we were walking around her yard, and I was like, gee, I like the way she walks. That was like the thought in my head, like, she's so pretty. At the same time, I also had a crush on this guy named Bugsy. Yes, that was actually his name. Although looking back on it, I don't know if that was his nickname or his like birth name. I also thought he was really, really cute as well. But then as I got older, somehow it got ingrained into my brain that no, you must only like boys, and because you're a girl and that's how it is. And it really wasn't till college that I kind of reconnect with that my original self. For me personally, I also don't really believe that much in gender. I feel like gender opposed to one sex, it's just a man-made construct. Sometimes I feel more like a quote boy, sometimes I feel more like a girl, and I just kind of go with that, and I dress how I feel that day. I don't think as humans we are really like all masculine or all feminine. I think human beings are this wonderful combination and variations of, and that it's really only society that says, well, you have to conform. No. Personally, I think it can cause a lot of internal conflict within ourselves, because there's who we are naturally as humans, which isn't masculine or feminine, it's just human, right? And then we have the idea of who we ought to be if we are good and if we're going to be accepted in society and viewed as lovable. If you're a real man, then you'll behave like A, B, and C. If you're a real woman, then X, Y, Z or whatever, you know? And it's just kind of like, why? You know what I mean? Like, what is that based on? It's based on what's our genitalia, which makes no sense. Who thought of this? Why are they so concerned about what's in our pants? Seriously. That's just me though. Whatever you do that's all good. It's all good. There's room for everyone as far as I'm concerned. There's the fact that I'm disabled, which I'm also proud to be. A lot of people tend to think that people who are disabled, we're often infantized and we're kind of non-sexual, or we're kind of viewed as asexual by default. Don't get me wrong, there are people who are disabled who are asexual, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is all good. But the problem is when people assume that we're asexual based on the fact that we are disabled. And then of course when we aren't being infantized and so asexual, we're often fetishized. Like, ooh, I never had sex with a girl in a wheelchair before, and it's kind of like, you know, or I sometimes encounter people who are like, oh, I just want to take care of you. It's like, oh, you're so cool. Why are you so creepy? The problem with those two things is that we're just not being viewed as full-fledged human beings, which, surprise, we are. Now, of course, sexual orientations in general and gender and disability and how they intersect and so on, and woo! It's a very complicated topic, and there's so much more that I wanted to say, but I did not want to make this a super long video. Plus, I've already made videos about this, so if you look in the description below, there'll be links to 2 videos and 1 kind of like creative essay. So that's it. Let me know what you think of this video. Put all your comments in the comment section, because that's where they belong. Sending big buckets of love to all my fellow queer and disabled peoples. Represent! What? What is this? Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.